Hello everybody, and welcome back to Gnostic Hub. My name is Nick, and I'll be your host for this episode. Today we're going to be talking about relaxation. As you remember from our last episode, we talked about the 3 steps to success. The third step requires being balanced. But given the current circumstances and the climate that we're living in now, it's very hard to be balanced when we're so stressed out, so worried about the things that are going on. It's important for us as we continue our spiritual journey and as we continue to better ourselves to understand that one of the keys to success is learning how to relax. When we do any sort of spiritual practice, any sort of exercise, it's important to be in the right state of mind. It's important to be in the right frame of body. Now, what do I mean by the right frame of mind? We need to approach whatever exercise or practice that we're going to do with a focused purpose, so that we can have success. It's also important for our bodies, our physical bodies, to be prepared for the exercise that we're going to do. One of the building blocks, one of the fundamentals that we need to focus on is being relaxed. So today we're going to share with you a very basic and simple technique that we can perform anywhere, wherever we are, and the only thing we need is the ability to breathe and to listen to our hearts. Now, it's very beneficial and extremely recommended for us to have a place where we can do our spiritual work. A place that's dedicated for our meditations, our concentration, our relaxation, vocalizations of mantras, our yoga practices, whatever spiritual exercise that we are involved in. However, everyday life, our everyday routine, sometimes doesn't allow us to carry with us a mobile spiritual work place. That's why it's so extremely important for us to learn this technique of relaxation. Whether we're dealing with our spouses, our friends, our co-workers, our daily commute, it's important for us to be able to find a place where we can be alone for a few minutes that we can dedicate to ourselves so that we can learn to relax. So now we're going to explain the technique. Step 1. We want to find a comfortable position to be in, preferably one where we can keep our back straight. We want to find a place where we can sit down, or if you want to lie down, you can. But remember, the purpose of this is not to fall asleep, it's to be relaxed. Now, with our eyes closed, we want to observe the state of our physical body. We want to ask ourselves, on a scale of 1 to 10, how relaxed are we? With 1 being not relaxed at all, and with 10 being very relaxed. Now, don't worry about how relaxed you are right now. Instead, focus on how relaxed you want to be, and know that the breathing technique that we're about to describe is going to help you achieve that level of relaxation. Step 3. Inhale. Now, when we breathe in, we want to make sure that our mouth is closed, but that there's a small gap between our teeth. This lets us know that our jaw is relaxed, and that's going to help us breathe better as we go through this exercise. Now, as we're breathing, we want to make sure that we're bringing in as much air and oxygen into ourselves as possible. So we want to breathe in such a way to where we feel our diaphragm expanding. This will let us know that we're getting as much air and oxygen into our lungs as possible. As we inhale, we want to do it on a 10 count. We can sound this out mentally. 1, 2, 3, 4, until we get to 10. Step 4, retaining our breath. Once we've reached our 10 count during our inhalation or breathing in, we also want to hold our breath for a 10 count as well. Now, during this 10 count, focus on the rhythm of your heartbeat. It may not be easy at first, but as we go through this exercise, you'll notice that you'll be able to pick up on it more readily. Also, the more relaxed you become, the more aware you will be of the subtle rhythm of your heartbeat as it resonates throughout your body. Step 5. Now let's talk about the release. Once we've concluded our 10 count while holding in our breath, it's important that we release our breath slowly, again counting from 1 to 10. Now, during this step of the technique, we want to make sure that our attention is focused on ourselves. This way, we can make sure to release the tension and stress that has been built up in our bodies. If we've done the first two steps correctly, our attention should be focused on our physical body, as this will allow us to visualize the discomfort that we've identified in order to release it, much like a balloon that is having its air released or a tightly wound wire that is being uncoiled. If our attention is divided, however, or it's focused away from our body, then it becomes increasingly difficult for this technique or any technique to be effective. Now you may notice that when you first start this exercise, it won't be easy for you to inhale, retain, or release your breath in the full 10 count. That's okay. As with most things, especially things in the spiritual world, practice makes perfect. Success takes time. As long as you maintain your focused purpose, you will achieve success in learning how to relax. Now, in order to further our understanding of this exercise, we're going to go through a sequence of 3 repetitions of the breathing sequence. Now that we've explained steps 1 through 5, in order to continue with this explanation, it's important to understand that the remainder of the exercise is merely a repetition of these steps. Once we release, we're going to go back to repeat the process from steps 3 through 5, inhaling, pausing, and releasing 2 more times. This will equal 1 repetition. And we're going to do 3 repetitions of the breathing sequence from steps 3 through 5. However, each time we do a repetition, we're going to pause. And as recommended in step 2, we're going to stop and evaluate the way our body is, how relaxed we are, where we feel discomfort. Now, during this time, if you feel uncomfortable in the position that you're in, by all means move, shift, change. Do not be afraid of losing the level of relaxation that you have attained. What's important is that you are comfortable and that you can be focused through the remainder of this exercise. As we said previously, with any of these exercises, with anything that we do in life, in order to really succeed, we need to practice. So now we're going to actually do this exercise for relaxation so that you can become more accustomed to it and more familiar with it. Thanks to the help of one of our assistants, we're going to be able to show you exactly how this process works. Step 1, finding a comfortable position. If you're able to, find a chair that you can sit on that will keep your back straight so that you don't lose focus during the remainder of the exercise. Step 2, with your eyes closed and your mouth closed and your teeth slightly open, again, to make sure that our jaw is relaxed, begin to breathe in. Step 2, with your eyes closed, your mouth closed, and your teeth slightly open, begin to observe the state of your body. Ask yourself, how relaxed am I on a scale of 1 to 10? Begin to notice parts of your body that are in discomfort, or feel tense, or have pain. Also, don't forget that if you need to move or shift around, you may do so before beginning the breathing exercise. Step 3, inhale. Begin to breathe in deeply, counting mentally from 1 to 10. Remember, you want to breathe in such a manner that your lungs are expanding, that your diaphragm also expands, so that you can bring in more air and oxygen into your body. Step 4, holding your breath. Once you've concluded your inhalation 10 count, you will begin to hold your breath for a 10 count as well. Remember, during this time, you want to focus on the rhythm of your heartbeat. Step 5, release. At the conclusion of your 10 count from holding in your breath, remember to release your breath also from counting from 1 to 10. And remember to visualize the release of tension and discomfort that is in your body. Upon completing steps 3 through 5 3 times, remember, you're going to stop and observe your body to see how you are, to see what level of relaxation you have attained, to move, if necessary, in order to relieve any discomfort that you may still feel. Upon completing step number 5, remember to stop and go back to step number 3 and do this 2 more times. This will be 1 repetition. After you're done with your repetitions, you're going to pause. You're going to take a moment and reevaluate the way your body feels, the level of relaxation that you have attained. Ask yourself again, how relaxed am I? From a scale of 1 to 10. You're going to repeat this process 2 more times. Please, if the first sequence that you do in this exercise, you still don't feel like you've relaxed that much, don't stop. Continue. Be persistent in pursuing your own level of relaxation. This concludes this week's episode in our Gnostic Hub series. Please be sure to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell. As always, friends, may light and love guide you on your path to a more holistic lifestyle. See you next time.